For a year, I worked overtime every single day. And that's because remote work, it just made it easy. The laptop was there, the phone was always on, and the line between work and life disappeared completely. And I kept telling myself, this is what dedication is, right? But honestly, I just did not know how to stop. And then one day I realized I feel like I'm working all the time. Well, the truth was, I was. So I created an end of day ritual. At a set time, I would shut down my laptop, put the work phone in a drawer, done. Trust me, the first time I did it, I felt super anxious, like I was doing something wrong, like I was leaving something unfinished. But nothing happened, and honestly, nobody even noticed. And then, just to add to that, I signed up for a fitness class at the end of the workday. So I had somewhere to be, something that made stopping a non negotiable. That was the day I understood what a boundary actually looked like. And it was just based on that one decision. Dare over committed woman. This one's for you. You have a list of boundaries you have been meaning to set. You know exactly what they are. That colleague that messages you at 9 p.m., that meeting that keeps getting scheduled during your lunch hour, that project that landed on your lap because nobody else said yes. That expectation that you are always available because you always have been, you have told yourself you will address it when things slow down, when you find the right words, when timing is better. So the boundary stays on your list, and the 9 p.m. messages continue, and the lunch meetings keep happening, and you keep answering because that is what you've always done. And somewhere underneath all of it is this silly belief that setting a boundary will make you look difficult, uncooperative, like you are not a team player, like you are the problem. So you say nothing. You take it all in, you add it to the pile of things that you are already managing alone. And you tell yourself you'll deal with it later. But later, it never comes. That pile, it gets bigger and bigger. So you stay available and you stay accommodating and you say yes when you really mean no and you pretend to smile like you mean it. And then you close your laptop and you feel like something has been taken away from you. Because something has. Here is what nobody tells you about boundaries. They are not about other people. They are actually about you. Setting a boundary does not mean you don't care. It doesn't mean that you're being difficult at all. It does not mean that you are letting anybody down because that's not true. It means you decided what you are available for and what you're not available for. Think about it this way. Doctors, they have office hours. Lawyers have office hours. Therapists have office hours. Nobody calls them selfish. Nobody says they don't care about their patients. They just decided when they are available. And everyone just works around it. You're allowed to do the same exact thing. And here's the part that will surprise you. When you set boundaries, people will adjust. They will find another way. They will figure it out themselves because they always could. They just never had to before. Nobody notices the boundary as much as you think they will. I stopped working late. Nobody said a word. The work still got done. What changed was how I felt at the end of the day. I had energy again. I had my evenings again. I had a version of myself that was not completely depleted by 6 p.m. So please, stop right now. Think about one boundary you have been meaning to set. The one that came to mind immediately after I said boundaries. The one that you've been putting off for way too long, longer than you would like to admit. Now ask yourself, what is the story you have been telling yourself about why you cannot set it? That it will cause conflict? That people will think less of you? That it is not the right time? That story, that's not protecting you. It is keeping you stuck. Take a breath. Sit with that for a moment. This week, I want you to do one thing. Identify one boundary you have been meaning to set. The one that has been on your list the longest. And set it this week. Don't worry, don't think about next month. Now when things settle down, because they never will, this week. It doesn't have to be anything drastic or a big conversation. Maybe it's as simple as an out of office reply after 6 p.m. Maybe it is blocking your lunch hours so you can actually eat your lunch and nobody could book over it. Maybe it is putting the work phone in the drawer at the end of the workday. Start with something simple, but just start. Because one boundary leads to another, and before long, you will have built a life that has room for you in it, with the necessary boundaries. Because the boundary you set this week is not just about this week. It's about you telling yourself and everybody else around you what you are available for and what you are not available for. Drop it in the comments. What is the one boundary you are setting this week? I really want to know. The woman that we have been talking about today has been needing to set boundaries for months. She knows what it is. She knows she needs it. She just needs someone to tell her she's allowed to set it. And you are allowed as well. I have some great news to share. We hit our fundraising goal. Thank you. Now we need nominations for Buy a Stranger a Book. If you know an overcommitted woman who deserves a book in her hands, nominate her. Or nominate yourself. I dare you. Link is in the description below. Tomorrow, we are talking about why you are always the one who reaches out first and what that is costing you. I'll see you then. With love and 1 hour back, Kay. Bye!